This is, I don't know if this is going to work very well, but private property keep out is my logo for my website, www.rightsforrealestate.com. And I've written an article that the title is, "This Can Only Happen in Canada," that I hope that you will share and publish. It's just possible that you may change life in Canada for your grandchildren. It starts a while back. You're young, met your sweetheart, blissfully happy, getting married. You both work, buy your first home to raise a family. Small at first, then once the first mortgage is paid off, you borrow and expand the house to a second floor with 4 bedrooms, enlarge the living room, renovate the kitchen dining. All very hard work, but the process is exhilarating. You go through tough times, job layoffs, strikes at work, childhood diseases. Often money is tight, so you hire a trusted babysitter and you go back to work. You pull together as a family, you persevere and weather the ups and downs, you survive. You know you're lucky to have a family that through the hard times the children take part-time jobs themselves and help out. Not every family is that blessed. Your children grow up, graduate, and go into careers of their own, moving out. You keep on working because you love being with people. Your husband works because he has to. May not like it, but that is how he was raised. A man works to provide for his family. You both finally reach retirement years together and plan to spend more time doing something you both like. Or you join a dance group and start just having fun. Sometimes you notice as the years go on, your husband is getting a bit moody. A few years later, his memory is not like it used to be, but that's just part of getting older, you think. Slowly he's changing and you're not spending as much time together, but that's normal, you think. Eventually he gets diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's or minor dementia. Was his work environment, you wonder? He worked in so much toxic fumes. Could it have been that? Doctors claim they don't know for sure. As he gets more baby-like, needing help getting dressed, help to get to the washroom, you take on this job without any assistance because that's what married people do. Help each other in sickness and in health, for better or for worse. That is how you both were raised. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's a burden for many years, but he has buddies that come over and keep him company sometimes, and you get to go out and have a bit of fun with friends. You still feel lucky. Some people with Alzheimer's get very violent and have to be committed. He's nothing like that, just more quiet, silent, withdrawn, and childlike. Then that fatal day comes and his heart gives out. He's rushed to hospital, but after a few weeks he dies. You both had joint bank accounts, your home is in joint tenancy, both names, so you don't have any problems, or so you think. Suddenly you get notice that you don't own your home. Your husband a few years back severed joint tenancy in secret. Yes, in secret. Why? Who knows? Who cares? Point is that he did it and left his half to someone else. Your lawyer says it's perfectly legal and there's nothing you can do. You either buy the other person out or sell. Think this is not a true story? Wrong. Thousands of victims of Canada are losing their homes due to secret filing. Think it can never happen to you? Wrong. It can if you live in any province in Canada except for Saskatchewan. And Canada is the only country that allows for secret filing. Secret filing is banned in England, US, and Europe, and every other civilized country on the planet but Canada. I researched 3 years through case histories in court, and few even make it to court, the cost is so high. Those that did all lost in lower court. One made it to the Supreme Court of Canada and still lost, even though the judge did make a statement that secret filing did seem unfair, but it's legal. A father did it to his daughter who lived together in joint tenancy without her knowledge. A woman did it to her husband without his knowledge. Thousands every year, so many untold stories, all so tragic, all due to secret filing, is legal only in Canada. Do you want to live 62 years in your home and discover you lost it like my mother did? In fact, she only discovered it 18 years after my father died. Well, unless you demand your member of parliament ban secret filing, and no severance without consent in a marriage is legal unless through a court order in case of divorce or separation. Unless we get a law like that, it'll continue to happen in Canada. No one deserves to be married 62 years and discover after their spouse dies that they lost title to their home and properties. See all the evidence on my free website, www.rights4realestate.com, dedicated to getting Canadian laws into the 21st century and protection for all registered owners on property in Canada. At the very least, to be notified in writing and confirmation of receipt of notice to any changes on title on real property to all registered owners. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. Repeat that. At the very least, the right to be notified in writing and confirmation of receipt of notice to any changes on title on real property to all registered owners be mandatory law. If by sharing and publishing these stories, you'll be telling your grandchildren perhaps one day that you helped to make a difference and get democratic laws in Canada. All Canadians should have the inherent right to justice. Secret filing must be banned in Canada. You can contribute to getting protection for their right to own a home and the next generation free from property theft, fraud, and embezzlement, as it is now rampant in Canada. Thanks 100% to secret filing, and only in Canada. And that's the way it is.